spiritual search is very much so that we could tap into and connect to a power of grace within ourselves. And the more we're tapped into that, the more we can actually, help others. And helping the person who's leaving, helping the relatives around, it's really an inseparable expression of compassion. If you have a compassionate heart, you're going to really feel for the loved ones and help them in their transition of losing a loved one, in the same way that we're helping the person who's going to have the transition. Their transition is they're going to leave this body of theirs, a phenomenon we call death, which is a transition. So we're helping them in that transition so they can make it gracefully, and they can enter into a more beautiful space. But at the same time, if we're feeling compassion, we're feeling compassion for those who are going to lose the loved one, which is oftentimes much more painful, because they have to live with the loss.
Sure.
And it's a beautiful time to really give them enlightenment, because they'll probably, for most people, they'll never be more receptive than in that tragic state. I know when my mother did pass away, I was in India at the time, and I came back to Chicago, and it was quite amazing, because my two brothers and my father and my mother, they all decided that when she passes, they were going to do something that has never been done in our family in history. They decided to cremate her. And they decided to give the ashes to me to bring to India.
Wow.
Because she said, she told them, and they really believed it, that she's so proud of what you're doing. She wants her ashes in India. So I put her ashes in the river Ganges. And there were like 3,000 people of our congregation praying and chanting beautiful prayers as I put her in the Ganges and in the Yamuna too. And there was a very famous rabbi who was presiding over the last rites at a Jewish funeral home, and they asked me to give the eulogy. I'm a Swami. And there's all the aunts and uncles and friends and everyone, my brothers and their wives. So I spoke. And it was a time when people really were feeling the pain of losing a loved one, because she was a wonderful lady. People really loved her. And I remember some of her best friends were there, the elderly ladies. And I'm not a very good speaker, actually, but what I spoke was really from the heart, and I was speaking, spiritual concepts that I felt that would connect with them. And afterward, people were telling me that it opened up a space in their own lives spiritually that they never had before. Now, if I went to their house on a normal day and I told them that stuff, they would have, just eat this stuff and go, But because, of the loss of a loved one, because, their hearts were really receptive.
Yeah.
And it really went deep. So, when people are leaving this world, the loved ones who are left behind oftentimes, need that care and need that enlightenment even more than the people leaving. And compassion is to create an atmosphere where we can offer that to everyone, both the departing soul and the people who are losing that departed soul.